Recording in progress.
Beep boop. Beep boop. Let me get my notes up. What this is episode 109. And today's August 31st. No,
29.
29th. My days are all messed up because we were rushing at work to get everything in because everyone was like, oh, Friday is basically the last day of the month. Not really, Tuesday is, but whatever. Okay. All right, let me know whenever you're ready.
I am all set.
All right, cool. 3, 2, 1. What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 109 of Knee Brace Radio. It's August 29th, the year 2021, and Nick is in a new location. First podcast in the new house. Congratulations. You're moved in? Almost moved in? How are we doing?
Oh, everything's moved. Everything's moved. It's it's a little empty in here. I don't know if you can tell by the echo. I can tell it in my fucking headphones, but yeah, this is the first episode from the Barth property.
There you go. You need to are you gonna get one of those signs that says aloha or ohana means family on your front door, or
I won't. You won't catch me dead with that on my door.
Or one of the ones that says friends gather here. You can get one of those.
Maybe on my outdoor pergola, Kyle.
Okay. All right, fair enough. I'm gonna drive by and just plant wooden cursive writing words outside of your house just to make you look like the most basic white bitch there is. Family,
I'm a pretty basic white guy, but I mean,
have you had a pumpkin beer yet? Have you had a pumpkin? Okay, so you're not super basic. My wife has already had a pumpkin coffee. And people, I don't know if it's just a thing where I'm becoming more aware as I get older, but they need to stop putting out Halloween decorations in the stores. I have a neighbor who's already got their house completely decorated for either Halloween or Thanksgiving. A pumpkin could be both, right? You keep pumpkins out, they roll all the way into Thanksgiving.
Here's the thing. I think this is the official KBR guide to decorating. Mm-hmm. Okay, pumpkins, Halloween. But the very second you add a gourd or a husk of corn, mm-hmm. Thanksgiving.
Okay, that's fair enough. I was going to say, when you said the moment, I thought you were going to say when you stab that pumpkin in the face and carve it, then it becomes Halloween only. But I like your theory. Yeah. The gourd, what was the Family Guy joke? A decorative fall squash looks like Ray Liotta's face. When you have one of those.
Yes.
When you add one of those, a small one next to it, then exactly, it becomes Thanksgiving. Now, have you guys scoped out the area? Is it a kid's neighborhood? You're going to have to get a whole bunch of candy. What's the candy situation looking like? Because as we get older, that's a dangerous situation for you. If you overbuy that candy, Nick, guess who gains 5 pounds in October?
Yeah, unfortunately, Kyle, I mean, this is going to come across a little bougie here. Mm-hmm. I have the nicest house in my neighborhood.
There you go.
But that comes with a price.
You're having to get full-size candy bars.
I have to get full-size candy bars, or else my house is getting egged.
Yes. Yeah, it's going to be defaced. You're going to have a nasty word written across your driveway in was it silly string?
Silly string. Yeah. You know silly string's illegal in Alabama.
I mean, I think it's really bad for the environment.
I think it is too, but also
I don't think it ever goes away. They just stay it's like them and silly string and cockroaches, 2 things that'll never die.
And canned cheese.
Yes. No, I didn't know that.
But yeah, no, it's gonna be full on karma. I'm gonna have curse words carved into the side of my car. And
that would be your stepfather coming back to do that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's just
a little bit of revenge. Now that you have something nice that you like, he's coming to write cunt on the side of your house.
Yeah,
he's spray painting "fuck you" on your fence. Now, have you walked the perimeter yet? Have you double checked to make sure there's no spots the dogs can get out from under the fence or anything like that?
I have, and if they do, then they belong to the wind.
Wow. That is something that is not true. If one of your dogs got out, especially if it was your wife's dog that got out, you would be driving around. I'd get a Snapchat 3:30 a.m. and we would say 7 hours of driving, still haven't found the dog yet.
I mean, okay. A week ago, I would have said yes. But since then, my wife's dog has bit my baby.
Really?
Yes.
On the hand, feet,
on the elbow.
I mean, at least the elbow is kind of like a tough spot to grab onto. You know what I mean?
She drew blood.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. So, I mean, at this point, that dog gets out. I'm
sorry,
babe.
Gone.
That dog's somebody else's issue now.
How about this? How about we line up the milk crate challenge and you make the dog do it?
She's so light, I don't think she could tip one over.
She would just float down like a leaf.
But I think I've drawn the line on the milk crate challenge. At first, I was all in. I was all in on watching these stupid people get hurt.
Okay. And where is your line now?
The line was when I saw the one where the guy's arm broke in two places. It was like a Z. It looked like he was doing the Egyptian thing.
Walk like an Egyptian.
He was walking like an Egyptian, but just on his forearm.
Good God.
The forearm went 4 different ways. It was a mess. And I drew the line right there. I was like, nope, no more. Nope.
I did not see that one, thankfully. Nick,
I'm gonna have to send it to you.
I have something to admit, and I don't want to admit it.
Okay.
I hurt my shoulder pretty bad playing softball. Like really bad. Okay. And I don't know if I need to go to the doctor or not. And I've just been pushing it off. And I just keep telling Kaylee I don't need to go. I think I might have to go because it is not feeling any better. No big deal. We won the championship. And the team we were playing, it was where I got things that got chippy a few weeks ago.
Oh, it's the douchebag team.
So it actually turns out they're all really nice except for like one of them. And he literally
drives the boat for the whole team.
Well, no, I think the team turned on him because the umpire had to stop the game because he was almost causing a fist fight in his own dugout. That's how hard he was going on his teammates. But anyway, I was playing third base. It was a great play on my part, I will say. First and second, nobody out. Ball to my left, about 2 steps. Guy going from first to second fast. Guy going out of the box is fast. Guy going to third is fast. I had no play at any base. I turned, went up field like a running back making a cut, dove, stuck my arm out. His heel hit my foot, yanked my shoulder all the way back, and I felt the pop.
Okay.
And Nick, I can't move my fucking arm, dude. I can't move.
Is it your left arm or your throwing arm?
It's my left arm. I mean,
as a dad, all you need is a throwing arm.
Yeah, I know, right? As long as I can have catch with my kid that has not been conceived yet, then we'll be good to go. But
I was speaking from my part, like, as long as I can toss the tennis ball up the hill for the dogs, I'm good.
You're Gucci. But how would you rather do? So with all that being said, we are in the age range where we're not elastic anymore. From like 8 to 20, 8 to 23, you're pretty much elastic.
Oh no, you can say from birth. From birth, like my daughter, when she was born, like her joints aren't even very like developed yet. Mm-hmm. So like those legs, she's rubber bandy.
She's like an action figure. She can just like
completely like Stretch Armstrong. Like you can just fold her up.
Gumby.
Yeah. I'd say from birth until 23.
Okay. So we're outside the range of being able to do the milk crate challenge without facing severe consequences. Would you rather remove into your house again or do one milk crate challenge?
Oh man, how tall?
The tallest one will be 6 feet off the ground. So like a ladder height. Because you can fall off a ladder. I mean, you're a dad and you have a house now. So
do I have to give it an honest effort or can I half-ass it?
No, you got to give it an honest effort. You got to try to make it all the way across. Going up wouldn't scare me. It's going down is the scary part.
I mean, all of it's scary to me.
Well, yes, but I'm saying
milk crates suck.
Yeah. I mean,
and plus I'm not like people have told me I don't look like I weigh as much as I do.
Okay.
I'm dense, Kyle. I've seen the videos where they step on it and it bows, and that scares me. I'm going through them.
You're like, it's basically just you would get to the very top and it would be an elevator all the way down. You just get stuck inside of them. Yeah, that would be worse than falling. I think the claustrophobia of having to cut your way out or get someone with a sawzall to cut you out. I feel like it'd be like a zip tie. Like the more I try to get out, the tighter it gets. Yeah, a finger trap. Like when you're a little kid. You're just squirming more and more and more. No, I think that's a fair place to stay. It's there's no reason for anybody to ever do a milk crate challenge. There's just not. There's nothing good that can come from it. The best situation is you are the exact same as you get when you get to the other side.
Yeah, best chance is you make it to the other side and everyone goes, you cheated.
Yeah,
that's it. That's the best case.
Glued them together
because if you do it right, no one's gonna believe you.
Yeah.
And worst case, you walk away mangled.
Mm-hmm.
You walk away like a shark attack victim.
I was gonna say you walk away like an Egyptian, Nick. You had your own joke set up and you didn't even nail it.
You walk away like an Egyptian just on your forearm.
Yeah, no matter all the money in the world, you couldn't get me to do that on a dare. I don't know if you saw the Wonton Don swam across the East River.
Yes.
That's fucking disgusting.
I don't have reference as to how gross the East River is.
Nick, I'm pretty sure I saw something that said like there's like over 2 tons of sewage that flow through it a year.
So he's sick now.
I would imagine that he had at least got a full poop in his mouth.
I have to imagine that as he jumped it, like as he was going into the East River, there was a doctor there that had the cottons, like the alcohol swab and antibiotics.
Mm-hmm.
And just like swiped his ass on, lifted up the Speedo, swabbed his ass, shot him with some antibiotics. And then as he got out the other side, they swabbed his ass and got him again.
Yeah, double the dosage. Dude, they were talking about, they asked him, did you wear a condom when you were swimming? Because the water is so gross. And he said, no, but I did see a condom floating by, which like that is just something you don't want to see. We have a friend who has a boat down here and went to the lake. And last week or the week before, they were at the sandbar and somebody was doing a memorial service there.
What?
What?
I said, what?
Yeah, they were doing a memorial service and dumped the ashes in the water where everybody was.
You can't do that.
Yeah. So I asked him, I said, did you just get out? And he's like, no, we didn't get out. But he's like, I didn't put my head under the water for a solid hour. And he goes, the worst part about it was there was basically nobody on the lake. So there was no waves taking the water in and out. The ashes pretty much just sat stagnant for like 20 minutes in the same general area.
And just slowly sunk.
Yeah.
You know what's worse is the family, they do the memorial service and they spread the ashes. And like you said, it's stagnant. So I mean, you're on a sandbar. No one's really going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You just slowly see the fish start to come up and take the ashes.
No, that would be awful.
That's got to be the worst.
It's like you're feeding a goldfish and you're like, don't overfeed him now. And they just keep coming up to the surface and
they just fed him a 190-pound old man.
That's horrible. But it got me thinking, what was the dumbest thing you've ever done on a challenge? Like, I think we've already talked about where I got an industrial bar put through my ear on a bet that I didn't get anything from. I also have drank the hot sauce out of a pan of like wings. Like, you know, when you get like wings to go and they give you like that metal container. I took like basically a shot glass full of like the hot sauce and oil, and that made me puke. Destroyed my stomach for days. But I'm trying to think. I definitely have not swam across anything gross or gone on a milk bucket, but I'd like to know what you've done.
I mean, obviously in elementary school, it was always fun to, get you get the styrofoam trays
mm-hmm.
with the different compartments. And of course, just putting a shit ton of hot sauce in your corn and eat it. And everyone's like, oh, what the fuck? But I mean, as far as a challenge goes, I don't know. I mean, me and my friends used to do something called a no balls.
No balls? What's that?
Yes. No balls. It's when you take 3 shots of vodka, then you shotgun a Red Bull.
Okay. That sounds like a really good way to black out.
Yeah. And it was, I want to say for 2 years, it was like like, oh, you want to do a no balls? I bet you won't. No balls.
Oh. And then what happens?
And then you do it. And
then you start crying later on that night because everyone said you had no balls.
Right.
Did you ever play nutball as a kid?
I'm guessing that's when you sit across the room. I don't know about that, but I mean, like you sit across the room from each other and you just throw.
Yeah. They did it on Jackass or the Dudesons.
Yeah, and basically played that with So this is bad. Okay, so we had these locks, right? That would go on your locker or like your personal,
like a spin knob lock.
No,
you spin it to the right, left, right, and then you pull it down.
I mean, the same general size, but it was a key lock.
Like a padlock.
Yeah, a master lock.
Jesus Christ, Nick. Those things weigh like 5 pounds.
So we would take it and then we put it in a sock and we put it in a sock. And the way that we put our socks away in basic is we roll them. And so you could get this lock rolled up very tight in these socks. And it'd be like almost like, I want to say like an orange. Like
the size of a racquetball.
Like an orange.
Yeah.
And you'd sit like across the entire dorm. So I'm gonna say like 40 feet. And you just toss it and try to hit somebody in the balls.
You're sterilizing people, Nick.
It's Darwinism at its finest.
It really is. There's something to be said because no matter where you grew up in the world, there has been a game that you played where it just involved hitting your friends in the nuts. Like we used to do, we'd sit on my buddy's trampoline, and he had a really big trampoline. It was a big square. And we wouldn't play nutball. We would take our cell phones and you'd sit with your legs open and you slide them. Like almost like I'm trying to think of like shuffleboard almost, just with cell phones, and try to shuffleboard it right into somebody's
like
balls.
an air hockey table.
Yeah, exactly. But the rule was there had to be one guy in the middle who kind of bounced just a little bit to try to get it off, deviate the path a little bit. But if the other guy was cooler with the guy bouncing, you would be fucked because he just wouldn't try for you. You just make a tiny little bounce once. Otherwise, you just have an antenna going right into your rectum or right into your balls.
Yeah, it was. The cell phones weren't small then.
No. I mean, basically the size of that lock. But I was talking about that at softball, where anybody and everybody has done that at some point when they were a little kid.
I think it's something that spans time and space. Is just watching somebody get hit in the balls. It's funny.
Oh, it's like a fart joke. It will never, or not a fart joke. A fart. Farts are always funny.
Yeah, it's the pinnacle of comedy.
It really is. Another thing little kids do, or at least my friends group used to do, just flash each other, moon each other, flash each other. Just a way of, I guess, becoming a man. You're not really friends with somebody until you see their penis. We all are friends with a kid from the Nirvana cover. Yeah.
The Nirvana baby suing is. I feel like this is like a news cycle thing. Like this has happened before.
I thought the exact same thing too. I could have swore he came out like maybe 3 or 4 years ago and like didn't like it and he was gonna sue or something. Is he just trying to double dip?
I don't know. I don't know. I was of the thought that this has happened. This is done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought this was settled out of court many years ago.
I thought this was like a 2013 case.
Now, first off,
and to be fair, sorry, not to cut you off, Kyle.
Yeah.
The Nirvana, like we say Nirvana baby, the dude's like our age.
Yeah.
He's like 30.
Yeah, he's right in our age group. That is so dumb, dude. Like, first off, I get it. Like, you need the money. Like, all right, it should be a layup. Like, this is something you settle out of court and you give him 15 grand and he's done, right?
Yeah, but just pay off my car.
But it's the ultimate pickup line, icebreaker, like whatever you want. Like if you're trying to pick up a girl, it works. Trying to pick up a guy, it works. You're trying to.
Dude, if I'm single, it's me. I'm the Nirvana baby. Tell me I'm wrong.
Prove it otherwise.
Prove it. You can't.
You'd have to come back to my house, consent to seeing my penis, and then you could tell me if I'm wrong. But like, I to be fair though, I don't know if that like. Do you think like the parents should be at blame, right?
I think the parents are.
He should be suing his parents,
right? I mean, I get it. I don't want anyone seeing my baby dick.
Oh, I don't want anyone seeing my dick now, let alone if I was a child.
Let alone now if you have a baby dick.
They're basically the same size. By the way, I don't know how I've gone like 20-something years without knowing this. When baby boys are born, their balls get swollen. I saw a picture of myself as a child, like right out of delivery. Disgusting. Absolutely gross.
Kyle, I saw this on the list and I was like, oh man, Kyle's gonna step in it.
I didn't know that, but like
I have no idea what you're talking about.
When babies are born, it like there's swelling down there. And I saw a picture of myself as a baby, like right when I came out, and it was disgusting. Like,
you've just got big giant balls.
Yeah, more or less.
Well, here's the thing: the balls haven't dropped yet, Kyle. You don't come out.
Well, then it's
you don't come out just swinging like, balls.
Well, I guess it's just like inflammation of your sack or your scrotum. I don't know.
This is a very scientific conversation we're having.
I'd love to have a doctor on here to describe why this happens. It doesn't seem like it would be normal.
So speaking of crimes, Kyle, I'm getting asked to be on another podcast.
Are you now? What podcast is that?
It's I think it's called True Criminals.
Smooth Criminals.
No,
it's an Alien Ant Farm podcast.
Michael Jackson podcast. I know. I like an Alien Ant Farm podcast more. I like the Alien Ant Farm podcast more
because that would be the only Alien Ant Farm podcast.
Yeah, there's at least two.
the singer of Alien Ant Farm and you. Yes, there would be two. That is correct.
Yeah, it's called True Criminals, and they're asking me to come on and be a guest.
So do it.
I mean, I will. I told them to hit me up on Twitter or Instagram.
What criminal are you going to be discussing?
Oh, no. It's basically you come on and you tell a story about when you broke the law.
Oh,
it's an entrapment podcast. Is what it is.
Okay.
It's an entrap. I'm going to go to jail after this.
Are you just going to tell the one where you broke into a house and made eye contact with Harry?
That's a good one. That is
B&E, I think, is past the statute of limitation for a breaking and entering.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. That's
you've already said it once.
I've already said it once. I could say it again. I can tell the story when I broke into a house and saw one of my best friends having sex.
Yes. Perfect. We're going to keep you out of jail, Nick. So that's good to know. Now, you said going to jail, illegal things. Trent Dilfer is going to jail, right? He manhandled his player.
I saw that, but I also just finished watching Titletown High School.
I don't know what that is.
It's on Netflix. It's the return of Rush Propst.
I don't know who
Rush Propst. It sounds familiar to you, doesn't it?
Yeah, very familiar, but I can't put my finger on.
You remember Two-A-Days?
Oh my God, the Hoover High guy?
Yeah, he's back. He's back, baby, and he is the head coach, or at least was the head coach at Valdosta High in Georgia. One of the best high school programs in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they were showing they're talking about Rush Propst in one of the first beginning of the shows, and they're talking about how he's hard on players, and they showed a clip of him just straight up headbutting a child. Because I mean, we can call them players, but it's really funny when you take a step back and you're like, that is a 15-year-old kid.
Yeah, he has not fully hit puberty yet.
Yeah, like that kid might be 6'1", 180. He is 15 years old.
He still hasn't had, exactly. He still can't get his learner's permit.
And it's a video. It was like a clip of him headbutting someone. And I was
Did the kid have the helmet on?
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah.
An absolute psychopath move by Rush.
Oh, yeah. That's a split your forehead and then just let the blood drip down type move. So
he has the cheat code though, because he's a tried and true for over 20 years.
Visor guy.
Yeah. That's a big high school football guy move, is the visor move.
Or Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like other famous Dana Holgerson. Is he a visor guy?
Yeah, he was a visor guy. I'm thinking of Mike Gundy.
Mike Gundy, big visor guy.
Lane Kiffin
likes to have sex with MILFs too.
I mean,
good for Lane.
Who doesn't?
Yeah. But anyway, so all right, so this guy's back, and he's back. Manhandled his player. Now, has he been fired yet?
Oh yeah, he went one season. Got to the Georgia State 6A semifinals.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kyle, this is like the Netflix series is covering the controversy he went through last year, where he got recorded on a phone call talking about like paying for player stuff.
Okay.
Like paying transfer players to come to Valdosta to play and pay for their like apartments.
How sensitive is your ego that you have to pay high school students to come win for you? Like, I don't understand this. It's like, it's the same thing with the Little League World Series is going on. If you coach Little League and like you don't have any kids on the team, that's weird. That's pre-crime. I will not
have some aspirations, my friend.
You have to at least be. The only thing I could think of is like if you're like a travel baseball coach, right? And like you do it professionally.
Okay, so I mean, okay, I like in the 2.5 seconds we've been talking about it, I've come full circle on this already.
Okay,
I've
decisive man. You're a decisive man.
I am a decisive, because you know what? Sometimes there's elementary school teachers. Elementary school teachers decide, hey, I want to teach 8-year-olds for the rest of my life. Hey, okay. You know what? Baseball coaches, you know what? I want to coach 8-year-olds the rest of my life. Hey, you choose something, you stick with it. I can respect it.
I guess when you put it that way, that is fair that there are teachers. And I guess you could say a coach in some sense is teaching the kids something.
Right.
It's still just fucking weird.
Don't get me wrong. It is weird.
I think
there's a big difference.
Why is it okay when you're there with your kid for 8 hours a day, for 40 hours a week, but not okay for 2 hours on Saturday? Why is that? Is it because you see him pulling up in his 92 Honda Civic that's rusted out? Is that what it is?
Right. Like what's the difference between the sweet woman, Mrs. McConaughey, who is your 3rd grade teacher that everyone loves, like, Miss Mac, what's up? You know? Mm-hmm. And then, but the moment you have Mr. Dale, who's Coach Dale,
and he's got a ponytail.
Coach Dale with the ponytail, who wears Oakleys and a visor.
With a ball.
Something's weird about that. Something's weird about that.
I mean, it's true. If your child's teacher had a ponytail, you'd be like, oh, that's a little bit, he's just, eclectic. If your child's baseball coach had a ponytail, you'd be like, this guy is not coming around my kid.
I think I'm going to hang around practice today.
Yeah, exactly. Coach, you need me to hit some ground balls too? You want me out here? Just keep it an eagle eye.
No, I'll show my kid how to swing the bat.
Yeah, exactly. Don't get behind any child, please. You have to be standing in front of them at all times.
That's the coach that when your kid's practicing this, the video where the kid was practicing his swing
and you let go of the bat.
No, when he hit the ball and the ball like just smoked the guy directly in the sternum.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that happens, and you just go, sorry. That's it. That's all you don't. Oh my God, are you okay? Like it happens. Like sorry. That's it. That's all you get.
So, are you gonna now? You have a child, obviously. You've had sex. Are you going to allegedly had sex? Are you going to coach children's sports?
I don't. It's
a very. I'm not saying this to be dramatic. Because I coached for 2 summers, like rec league baseball camps. Having 36-year-olds with bats is incredibly nerve-wracking.
Oh, I bet.
Like you probably should put that on like the police test and like fire test as like a stress test to see if you can make it. Cause it is, I every day I would be like in my head, I'd get to the camp, I'd sit there and I'd, watch the kids come in. And I'd be like, please don't one of these kids like wind up leaving with a broken nose. Like, please, for the love of God. And it's dangerous because they can't, some of them are really good. Some of them are really bad.
It's like the reverse of the hypothetical we had on the show in the beginning days of this. Is instead of you with 6-year-olds with bike helmets and a bat,
mm-hmm.
Now you have the bike helmet and there's 36 6-year-olds with bats.
Yeah, and they're perfectly kneecap height. Their swing is right at the kneecap height to just take you right out.
Where's my money, Kyle? Where's my money?
Exactly. Like, I promise the Padres minus a 1.5 will hit tonight. We'll be even. Just taking out my knees. What would be the easiest sport to coach? It would have to be like basketball, right? Volleyball,
soccer.
Yeah. Soccer's got to be easy. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a big miss on my part.
Yeah,
first sport everybody ever
soccer's got to be the easy one because I mean at that age, okay. So where are we putting the age? 6 to 8.
5 to 7. I think it's like when you first sign up.
5 to 7. 5 to 7. I mean, soccer, the ball's a magnet. Everyone's just following the ball.
Except for the kids that are picking dandelions. And those kids are on their own.
Yeah, those kids.
Those kids are just going to be losers the rest of their lives.
Yeah,
you don't want to win.
You put the fat kid as goalie, and then everyone else just chases the ball, and everyone has a great time.
So I drove past a field the other day. They don't play with goalies when they're that little. I guess because it's so damn hard to get the ball all the way up the field. It's just like an empty net. It's obviously not as big as like a regulation net. It's like a little pop-up, but still, I think coaching football, you have to be a crazy person because every parent is going to be watching you under a microscope to make sure there's no dirty hits, make sure you don't do anything dumb. Like, any like Oklahoma drill. We used to do the Oklahoma drill every single practice. That shit wouldn't fly anymore.
We used to do a bull in the ring.
Bull in the
ring
just gets speared.
Is absolutely child abuse.
Oh, 100%.
You just put the kid in there that fumbled the ball last weekend. You put him in the middle and you send all your linemen at him.
And you just fucking take him out. Now, did you have like weight classes I talked about this earlier this week with one of my friends, but did you have like weight classes in your Pee Wee football?
You mean like the stripes where like you couldn't run the football if you had a stripe on your helmet?
Yeah. So we didn't have that. We had lightweights, heavyweights, and heavyweights couldn't run the ball. But if you were a heavyweight, you could go up an age group. But if you were a lightweight, but you didn't make weight, you couldn't play in that game. So that's, I think, where part of my anxiety is stemmed from, because I was always right on the border and I played quarterback. So I had to, obviously run the ball every now and then. And every time I'd go step on that scale, I would get so sick to my stomach. I would be terrified. We had kids. My coach used to have kids shitting in the woods that there was no toilet there. Like they wouldn't make weight, so they'd have to go shit in the woods. And he just had like stacks of napkins, and he would give it to the parents and make the parents go into the woods. And kids would shit in the woods and come back in and reweigh themselves.
That's absolute crazy town.
I mean, is that more crazy than doing bowl in a ring? It seems they're about the same level.
That's about the same, just different.
Yeah.
Same, but different.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, football's got to be one of the most nerve-wracking youth sports to coach, because you are under a microscope where every parent is going to be recording the practice. Any drill you run, they're recording it.
Mm-hmm. So I've said this to Kaylee. If we have a child and they want to play football, I don't think I would let them play football until at least middle school. I don't
flag
football is fine.
Yeah, I think I'm letting my son or daughter, if she wants to play, flag football until middle school.
Yeah, dude. I mean, your brain isn't developed until you're 25, but it's definitely not developed at 9 when you're getting concussions. Yeah, there's a video my parents have of me. I walked to the wrong huddle one time playing Pee Wee football.
Yeah,
I just had a stroke right there.
You got knocked unconscious, and they're like, "Look at this funny video of Kyle."
Yeah, wrong huddle. The coach had to direct him right back.
Yeah, I mean, I remember distinctly of like kids being knocked unconscious at practice, and they're just like, let them sit off to the side, drink some water for 20 minutes, and they come right back in.
Yeah, and my favorite line of all time when coaches used to just say, "Oh, you just got your bell rung. Oh, you mean I have a concussion?"
Yeah, you mean my brain smacked against my skull.
I'm seeing stars currently, and you're giving me an orange slice? Thank you. Like, that's not going to do anything. You're going to spike my blood sugar up even higher. But Pee Wee football was fun. Probably did irreversible damage to my joints and body, but
yeah, I mean,
so be it.
I wouldn't change it.
No, exactly not. Can't go back.
But going forward, I think my son or daughter, if she wants to play, flag football until middle school. Yeah, I don't think that's asking a lot.
Fair enough. So the original, before we went down this rabbit hole, who would you want to coach you? Like, out of any player, you could say high school or college, right? Who would you want to be your coach in high school football? Or college or pro, I mean, sorry.
What do you mean?
Like any player, any coach, who would you want to coach you?
For when?
For like when you're in high school. Like, I would not want Nick Saban coaching me.
I think I want Rush Propst coaching me.
Just whips you into
I think I want an absolute psychopath as my high school football coach.
So, and we've said this on the show, I had a coach punch me in the helmet when I was playing scout team fullback because I ran into him. Trying to think, like Coach O would be.
Oh, electric high school football coach.
Coach O would be great. Lane Kiffin would be, I think, a good one because you just
cool.
throw the ball.
He's just cool.
He's just a cool guy. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I had like,
Chip Kelly would be an absolute no.
Yeah, no. Dana Holgerson's a high school football coaching legend as it is.
Is he? Is that how you guys start?
That's how we got to start with Gus Malzahn.
So there you go. I would not want Chip Kelly because you would have to be in way too good a shape. It would just be the ultimate play with tempo guy.
Yeah. I mean,
the lineman would be like 6'2", 180. They'd be so damn skinny.
I mean, we were so bad my entire
life.
I'm talking like middle school, junior year, sophomore year. Freshman year, sophomore year, junior year. We were just so bad every year. And then senior year, we won 10 games. And let me tell you, winning will get you drunk.
Winning is the old. Well, I mean, that's how I hurt my shoulder. Like I try during softball. Don't get me wrong. I'm not too cool for school, but I'm also not going to get hurt. I got hurt because I wanted to win. When you start making fun of me, you had all those years of teams making fun of you, right? And guess what happened? You shoved it down their throat.
Yeah, I mean, we beat the shit out of teams that have traditionally beat the shit out of us.
It's the Michael Scott, how the turntables have turned.
Yeah,
like, look at us.
How the turns table.
Did you guys have a cherry picker that would go to your games, like the cherry picker lift, and they put coaches up in?
Well, they didn't put coaches in it. They put that's what camera the game. Yeah.
Oh no, we had our coach. We didn't really have
we had a press box and we had a cherry picker there.
Okay, yeah, we didn't have much of a press box. Our press box maybe could fit 2 people. So they'd put our coaches up there, and you could just yell the play down. But instead, they had the microphone where you could talk into. I had one of my friends who, after he graduated, was coaching there, got stuck in it. Nice. So he got stuck in it during the JV game and had to stay up there all the way until the end of the varsity game.
I do think that something that, I mean, now I'm almost 30, so eventually I do want to coach football. I do want to coach football, but there's so much more I have to learn about the actual game and like coverages and offensive schemes.
Well, what was your plan? You wanted to become a what is that Stephen Shea does? Where he's like, he has like some certification that you wanted to get.
Yeah, I want
to learn how to scout.
I want to be a draft scouting specialist.
That sounds awful, Nick.
That sounds incredible. It's just watching film.
I'm just watching all 22 all day long.
Yeah, I mean, just watching each position, and you can specialize in different position groups, so I can just watch the line.
That would be the worst one to watch of all.
Are you kidding? That's where all the action is.
Just down in the Nick's a big trenches guy.
I'm a big trenches guy.
Likes to be down in the trenches.
I mean, I was watching. A little bit of a psychopath move for me, but there was high school football on ESPN the other day.
I was watching it too. Don't worry.
And
so was it the school in Maryland?
School in Maryland and Florida.
Mm-hmm.
It was St. Thomas Aquinas and St. Francis. Then there was one play I saw the right defensive end just absolutely blow the left tackle off the ball. And I mean, just like the left tackle was like, doing the arm waving thing where you're falling back.
Mm-hmm.
And he got absolutely bull rushed. And I watched it and I was like, that kid's electric. That kid's got a future.
Nick went down to the field and hit the sled a little bit after watching that. Worked on his edge moves.
I started running the hill in my backyard like Jerry Rice.
Yeah. Dude, that was the worst. So like obviously, like I think like every dad that's around our parents' age knows that Jerry Rice story.
Yeah.
My dad every summer, Jerry Rice used to run hills. You think you're better than Jerry Rice? You don't want to run the hills?
Jerry Rice used to race a horse.
Yeah. Ocho Cinco did too. Yeah, no, Dad, I'm not Jerry Rice. I'll never be Jerry Rice, but I can be Wes Welker.
I mean, I've heard some people questioning that slot receiver team.
Yeah. One of our interns wants to fight me in Rough and Rowdy, apparently.
Yeah.
Were you guys, I'm assuming you guys were together on Friday night.
Yeah. He was over.
Okay. Over. Yeah. Cause you were stirring the pot too. And I know that. But no, I am the most dynamic when I was in my prime, the most dynamic player on the field. You name it, I could do it.
I think once you recover from that shoulder, get in the gym. Get in the gym. Train your hands.
I have no left. I have dynamite in my right. I have no left, Nick. My left is just a little jab. Just keep you at distance. And I'm just fucking winding this bad boy up. That's all I'm going to do.
I'm just saying it could be electric.
It's not worth $500, nor is it worth, he said that he would give me his 500. It's not worth $1,000 for me to get in the ring. It is just not. It's just not.
I mean, that's 3 minutes of work for $1,000.
Yeah, but in the chance that I did get caught with a right and he knocked me out, my brain would be scrambled for the next month. That's not worth $1,000.
I don't know. I think it is. I think you're not willing to sacrifice for the podcast.
You're right. I'm not willing to get into a boxing match with a guy that I don't have any issue with. He's a very nice man, I would say. But if he keeps coming at me, Nick, if he keeps poking me and prying me, why I oughta. But no, yeah. I'm just going to put it on the record right now. I will not be in any boxing matches for the foreseeable future.
I mean, I remember distinctly talking on this podcast. You said you wanted to do Rough and Rowdy.
Yeah, like 3 years ago when I was really fat and out of shape, and I was like, oh, it'll get me in shape. Now I'm just kind of out of shape. I'm still out of shape, but not nearly enough to get in the ring.
I think it'd be electric. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't even know. Are we even close to the same height?
Yeah.
Okay. I just didn't want to get in there. He's like 6'4". Like, I don't know.
No. TJ's like 5'8", 5'9".
Okay, so maybe it would be a fair.
He's got a little bit of height on you.
I'm 5'8", perfectly average in America. With that being said, let's get into our top 5 or bottom 5 in this situation. Worst places to get a stomach ache. You went first last time?
I did.
So I will lead off. Talking about sports right before a big game, when you have the bubble guts. And you're like, I don't know if I'm going to shit, especially during football because you have all those pads on and you don't know, should I try to go now? I think it's just a fart. Any major sporting event, horrible time to get a stomach ache or diarrhea.
Yeah, or that guy that was speed walking in the Olympics.
Oh, yes.
Just shitting
all over himself. Now, if you are in the Olympics, I think it's fair to poop yourself.
I mean,
you trained for 4 years.
International stage.
But you train for 4 years. Banners fly forever.
Yeah, that's fair.
Gold medals, they hang around your neck once a year when you put it on to show somebody.
Right. So by stomach ache, we're talking like bubble guts. We're talking like
bubble guts, like diarrhea it's coming.
You're right. Okay. Number 1 for me, big interview.
Yep.
I mean work interview. Not podcast interview. Big work interview.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's the same. Like it's the same type of feeling, right? Is it nerves or is it like I actually have to shit?
Or the nerves are gonna make me shit.
Yeah, that's fair. My number 2, on a flight. Anytime you're in the air, not good.
I mean, sometimes it is nice to just get some like alone time in the little airport bathroom.
No, I'm talking about on the plane.
That's what I mean. You can go to the bathroom.
You would shit on an airplane.
Absolutely, I would.
You're a crazy person.
That's okay.
I have shit on a charter bus before.
Oh, that's worse. That's worse.
It was during a baseball game. I just couldn't hold it anymore. It was just horrible diarrhea. How is that worse? How is that any worse? You have you at least have the ability to pull over to the side of the road and get off the bus for a minute. We can't just crack a window on a plane, Nick.
I don't care. Worse.
Okay. All right. Fine. Your number 2 pick?
My number 2 pick, it's gonna be. Oh man, it's gonna be. You've taken a couple of good ones. I'm gonna say during a sporting event, not before, but during.
Like you're at like 8 minutes to go in the second quarter, and you're like, I have to hold it.
Yes. Yeah. 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. It's 13-14.
Yeah.
They missed the PAT and we're about to get the ball back.
I'll even add to yours for you, like being in the stands at a game like that, when you're like, I really got to go, but I don't want to miss the action.
It's a big drive. A big drive.
Yeah.
Or like at an NFL game.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like NFL college game.
Because do you know how much I paid for these fucking seats?
And I'm going to spend the next 8 minutes in the bathroom.
If I'm lucky.
Yeah. Oh, I'm a quick pooper. But if it's diarrhea, you do the thing where you like wipe, you're like, you flush, you're I'm good. You stand up, and you're like, no, more coming.
Nope, more coming.
My next pick, first date.
Oh, I think I've told on the podcast when I shit my pants on a date.
No, you haven't.
No, boy. Okay.
So we'll finish this, and then we can close out the show with you shitting your pants on a date.
Sounds good to me.
So that's my third pick.
My third pick is gonna be, man, it's tough. This is tough because there are a lot of times. I'm gonna say when you're meeting your friend's family.
Yep.
Like during dinner.
Yep. Or anytime you're at your friend's house, because we all have like that one or two friends you can poop at their house.
Yeah.
But you're like second tier friend. You're over there and you got the bubble guts all of a sudden. Hold it. And you're like, I don't know how strong of a flush you got.
That's something I like to do when I first get to like a new friend's house. I like to scope out the secluded bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Every house has one.
Yeah, you're like, why don't you show me your parents' bathroom by chance? Like,
yeah,
where does your little brother go to the bathroom? If you don't mind me asking,
there's a secluded bathroom somewhere in the house where just no one really uses it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're in a house with one bathroom, God help you.
I had a friend tell me once, if you're in an area, and he's a very southern friend. He's like, if you're in an area or you're at a house and you don't know how their toilet is, you got to swallow it. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, you got to swallow it. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, you poop, and as it's coming out of your ass, you flush, and just it pulls it right with it.
Yeah.
I've never done that move before. Obviously, I've given a courtesy flush.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
it's more or less a courtesy.
It's the courtesy flush's cousin.
Yeah. It's the more aggressive. It's like maybe he's done like a few rounds of like D-ball or something. Like he's a little bit on edge. So was that your third pick you just gave?
Yes.
Okay. My fourth pick, during sexual intercourse.
That's a bad one. That's a really bad one.
You're naked.
Like, you're naked, and your partner's also naked.
Yeah. So there's no hiding it.
Some people keep shirts on during sex.
Like you're going into a pool.
Yeah. My fourth pick, during a movie, like at a movie theater.
Oh, dude. I think one of the last movies I saw. No, yeah. The last movie I saw in the movie theaters, last two actually. It was The Mule, which is Clint Eastwood's movie. Got diarrhea during that, and Uncut Gems, diarrhea.
And because you can't.
I think you want to know what it is. Truly, I think I just eat way too bad when I go in. It's like Sour Patch Kids, a soda, popcorn, extra butter, some M&Ms. I think
extra fake butter.
Yeah, that stuff just looks like it's canola oil coming out of that. But I think it's just like the combo in my stomach. Immediately get the bubble guts, and I have to shit every time. So it's a great pick, Nick. My last one, and this is I haven't been there in a while, but in church.
Oh boy.
Because
during
you're on the wooden pew, if you let a fart go, it's like, what?
Like yeah, or during silent prayer, those doors are old and they're thin. So you're in there sounding like a dead whale.
Exactly. Honorable mention for me, if you were Tony Soprano and you ate at Vesuvius restaurant and you ate mussels and then you get fever dreams, which make you realize that pussy is actually with the FBI. Just want to throw that on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watched that episode last night. That's the only reason it was in my head.
Spoiler.
Spoiler alert. I tweeted it too. Your last pick?
My last pick. It's gotta be. This is kind of a niche pick.
Okay.
While your wife's in labor.
Oh yeah, I mean that's because you can't complain, right?
I mean, you can't complain, and you also can't leave.
And well, I mean, there's the bathroom in there, right? But you don't want to stink that up,
right? You don't want to stink that up, and also like it's a big moment. You can't miss it. You don't want to be sitting on the toilet with the door open while she's pushing.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
and you're coaching.
She's pooping. I'm pooping. Like it's
when I poop, the whole family poops. Squad goals. But I think that might have been my favorite top 5 so far.
You think so?
I do enjoy just having a
Good old fashioned poop talk.
Look, Frank Reynolds once said poop is funny, and it's true. Always, if it's funny enough for Always Sunny in Philadelphia, it's good enough for me. Why don't we end the show with you pooping yourself on a date?
Okay, all right. So when I probably 19, was dating this girl for a while, and we went out to the sushi place, the one sushi place in not North Carolina,
in Currituck.
In Currituck.
You think they would have fresh sushi right on the water,
right? So we go, and I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a really good sushi place.
Okay.
But we go and we sit down and we're eating and we're having a good time. I think we had just ordered our first round of sushi, and I'm eating some miso horny soup.
So you haven't even got to the sushi.
No,
Okay.
I'm eating soup. And
so you were actually sick.
Yeah.
Like you just shouldn't have been out that day.
Probably not. Like. I mean, it was probably a repercussion of like the previous day's meal or something.
Or you went out drinking and you had the beer shits.
Yeah, any myriad of possibilities. And I feel what feels like a fart. Trust it. And sure enough, it was wet. And I was sort of sitting there. I was like, I'm running to the restroom, okay? And she was like, yeah, sure. I go to the bathroom, drop trowel. Sure enough, there's poop in my underwear. And I'm like,
it's everywhere.
It's not everywhere, but it's
in there.
I'm gonna have to abandon ship on these underwear.
Okay, fair enough.
So I finished my business. Don't get me wrong. I tried to salvage the underwear. I did. I'm sitting there and my pants are down, sitting on the toilet.
And you're just trying to scrub it out like peanut butter out of a shag carpet.
I'm wiping. And sure enough, I was like, these are past the point of saving.
You burned a hole through them. There was so much friction from you rubbing.
And so I did what any other
red-blooded American would do.
Yeah, any other red-blooded American would do. I finished my business, wiped. I lifted my feet out of the underwear, moved the underwear, put my feet back in my shorts, pulled my shorts up, threw the underwear in the trash, went back and finished eating sushi, and went home and had sex.
Did she notice, like, where's your underwear?
Nope.
She was just in such a mood from the aphrodisiacs of eating sushi that she didn't even question.
She was in such a mood from the California roll.
Yeah. Extra cream cheese.
The Philadelphia roll, which is just Philadelphia cream cheese.
Well, Nick, I'm proud of you. At least you got laid that night.
I do what I can.
Well, until then, till the next episode, where can the people find you online, man?
They can find me on Twitter at FumblinBumblin, or they can find me on Instagram at KneeBraceNick.
Perfect. You can find me Kyle_Craig36 on Twitter, Kyle_Craig4 on Instagram, all social media at KneeBrace Radio. Go ahead and give us a like, follow, subscribe, share, YouTube channel, the whole nine. I will say, Nick, someone gave us a 1-star review. Some motherfucker. So we're going to need a bunch of 5 stars to come in and to change that out. We're going to need
whoever the fuck that was. You're a coward. Leave an actual review next time.
Yeah. Until then, we'll talk to you later.
One more thing.
Okay.
Pat McAfee. I hope you feel better, buddy.
Yeah. For the brand.
Hope you feel better.
Peace.